Welcome to the Champions of Life podcast, where three orange-blooded Tennessee alums discuss how there's always next year.
Welcome back to the Champions of Life podcast, where there's always next year. And as you're thinking about next year, think about R&S Logistics, warehousing, transportation, order fulfillment, 2 million square feet across East Tennessee and Savannah, Georgia. We'd love to be able to help out any way we can. We're just a couple of Vols fans trying to make things right. So, speaking of which, there's tears on the table as we speak. Tony V, he's left us.
Oh, okay, wait, Bobby. We gotta let people know that Joe is not here today.
Oh, sorry.
I thought the tears on the table were because Joe isn't here.
Yes. Some of my two favorite men in my life are not here anymore, which is Joe. Joe's not here. And Tony V is not physically here. But Joe he's out today, and, we just didn't want to let another couple of days go by without getting some stuff out here on the podcast. So,
we
apologies.
needed a vent, right?
Let's talk about it.
Okay, so Tony V first. The breaking news, which has been breaking, for the past 2 weeks. Can we just say that?
It's been going on for a little bit now.
There have been rumors, and then they were squashed, and then they were resurrected, and then on the worst day for them to really be like, oh, this is happening, Saturday, as we're getting our tails kicked by dumb Crimson Tide.
Well, we kicked our own tails.
We kicked our own tails. We did. That's true. Anyway, super bad timing. Obviously, if you get that opportunity, you take it. I understand. I don't fault him for that.
Mm-mm.
I don't know the money situation and the revenue sharing. I know that probably went into it, but that was already an issue, right?
Sure.
That wasn't what pushed him to the Giants. Will I get back into watching baseball and potentially watch some San Francisco Giants games? Sure. I want to see Tony go after an umpire and get tossed. You know he's going to do that early on in the season next year. Seeing him and Gilbert and who knows who else, he'll...
Could be wild.
Yeah, it could be Tennessee out on the coast.
Still orange, kind of.
Okay, last thing I'll say is I do not want to see him tank out there in 2 years, and then he's looking for a job. Nobody wants him in the majors.
Yeah.
Then he comes back to college. Everybody wants him, and he goes anywhere else, but especially another SEC team.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the worst. Can we, whoever we have at that point, can we kick them to the curb and bring him back?
Well, let's just go ahead and we're going to budget that in. That's going to happen.
I think we should.
That's Tennessee at its finest. That is exactly what's going to happen. He's going to have a great couple of years, and he'll maybe fall off at some point, and he'll come back and destroy us for years to come. That's unless we get him back, which I don't know. Maybe the baseball world looks like that. I don't know. Admittedly, I did not follow baseball very much until Tony started getting successful.
That's fair.
But maybe people go back to the schools that they coached at. I don't know.
He knows he would be welcomed back with open arms.
Yes.
So if there's not some riff
From the fan base.
well, that's what I was going to, Bobby. Okay, talking about rumors. If there's not some riff between him and Danny White, Plowman, whatever, and, Barnes and Heupel, they were like the three amigos. And so I don't know if they feel, surely not. They're going to be behind him and supportive and like, hey, you got to take this. No college coach has ever gone straight to MLB, manager. Yeah. They get it. I don't know. Hopefully, maybe we won't have that. Maybe he'll be really successful.
Maybe. I would put my money on. I mean, how much is coaching? How much of it is managing? That's why they call them, I guess, managers in the pros. Like you're managing lineups, you're managing egos.
That just blew my mind, Bobby. That is so true.
You don't have to coach a ton if you're the guy. You're managing.
Yes. I think he can do that. I mean, I feel like he probably has a pretty big ego in a way that's helpful as the coach, right?
Yeah. You look at some of these, like I look at Orgeron shifting gears. Like he's probably not the world's best X's and O's kind of guy, but he's going to get his team motivated. Now, obviously they had an amazing season because he had an all-time great quarterback and two of the best receivers in college football at the same time. But he got the most out of that team.
Yep.
So, I think Tony's a good energy guy, and he's charismatic. He's going to build the culture the way he wants to. I don't know if you can do that. He's 47. There's not going to be anybody necessarily older than him on that team, but, like, he's not going to be managing, coaching 19 and 20-year-olds.
Yeah. And
he's going to come off the road, not have to recruit as much, free agency maybe a little bit, I don't know. But
didn't have to deal with NIL junk. And, he's a lot of the headaches he didn't have to deal with anymore.
I feel like that is part of the problem is this NIL thing, the athletic department having to budget that out. Danny White he tried to pull the curtain back a little bit yesterday and was trying to be transparent on where the money is going, to which department, which sport. It's just kind of a bummer that stuff that was once fun, and it's still fun, but it's become more and more run like a business or a pro team, and it just kind of zapped some of the fun out of it, I think.
All right, well.
We love you, Tony. You're always welcome.
See you, Tony.
See ya.
All right, let's get to
I do just want
please.
Tony at the parade.
Tony
Famous last words. You're either a Vol or you're not. And he's not.
Bobby, that's harsh. He's got the only championship.
He set the rule.
In the last... How long has it been since we've had it? 20, 30 years?
1998 and 2005.
What is that? How many years?
Don't ask. No.
So, he's still a Vol.
He's a VFL.
He's a VFL. He has to be.
He's royalty here.
Yeah.
But he did set the rules. He set the ground rules there.
All right. Okay, Alabama, let's do it.
Yikes. All of our fears.
So, let's just recap what happened Monday. Monday morning, you get here, I get in the door, we start rehashing everything instantly. 10 minutes later,
been a podcast.
We should have been recording then. 10 minutes later, Joe walks in. We start rehashing everything that we had just...
Real, raw, and uncut.
Okay, give me your thoughts.
Nah, it was everything we were afraid it was going to be. We pooped our pants. The game plan wasn't there. Offensive line couldn't figure it out in the first 68% of the game.
I would have gone 70.
70? That's, yeah. Drop passes. Not just drop passes, but critical passes. Poor tackling. Poor angles. Ty Simpson he had a clean jersey. Picked us apart.
Yes.
It was everything as a Vols fan that you feared it could be. And you talked yourself into the game. Tonight will be different. Tonight we'll come out. We'll be assertive. We'll dominate in our strengths. We'll expose their weaknesses. We did none of that. I mean, the big one, obviously.
Oh, are you the pick six? Is this what?
The pick six.
Yes. I mean, okay. Okay, well, I'll start there. Were you done?
I could go for a lot longer, but it's just not worth it.
Sorry, your pause made me question.
Dramatic pause.
So, prior to the pick six, so when we didn't score on our first drive, first time of the year, and I was like, well,
not great.
This is not a good start. It's not what we needed.
Nope.
Then they get it. We nearly sack them, get a safety in the end zone. Oh, wait a second. He completes what? It was 3rd and like 15 or something like that.
I think 13.
Completes it. They get a first down. We let him drive the entire field. Okay, so there's a 99-yard drive, whatever it was. And then, yes, going into halftime.
You can salvage this.
Killer. And we could have. It would have been a completely different first half if that pick six doesn't happen. Or if poor little Deshaun Bishop was like 2 inches taller and had a little bit more of a reach. He was so close.
Very close.
To getting that guy. He gave it his all, right?
He did.
He gave it his all for Tennessee. That was devastating. The point swings were what were so killer. So you had that one, but then you had one a bit later when they get the safety on us, and then they get the ball back, and do we hold him? No. Do we hold him to a field goal? No. We let him score a touchdown.
Right down the field.
So those 2 point swings were absolutely...
They're killer.
Yeah.
Not impossible, but it's basically impossible to come back from those things. To miss the safety, allow them to go down and score, to get the safety on yourself, which I'm not sure what Joe was reading. Going back and looking at it, obviously easy for me on my couch to look at it and say, hey, there's 2 guys coming off an 8-yard curl right in the middle of the field. Maybe just dump it off to them and live to see another down. He was maybe a little greedy looking downfield, and it got us. Now, so that's, we forfeited 7 points by throwing the pick. They gained 7 points by scoring on the pick. That's 14.
Mm-hmm.
They come out, they drive down the field after the near safety. That's 21. If you want to go ahead and indict the entire defense minus Jonathan Josephs for
Joshua Josephs.
Sorry,
Joshua.
My apologies. JJ, my guy. My bad. He's the only one that tried to fall on a fumble. And everyone stood around and looked at it. You pick it up, it's a touchdown. It's 28 points.
I really like T-Lander.
Great guy.
Maybe I don't know, I haven't looked exactly at that play to see what he was doing and where he was. Maybe he wasn't right there. I feel like he wouldn't have made that mistake either.
We can give him credit for it.
I don't want to indict that. Aaron Carter, are we going to indict the whole...
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, Bobby.
2/3 of the team watches the ball sit there, and they smack it around and push it around. It's like the whistle. You learn that early on. Fundamental football. You play to the whistle. Nobody blew the whistle. Yeah. So, now, look, I'm not here to critique anybody. I'm not a smart guy. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time, but... As we called 2 timeouts going into halftime, one for ourselves because we ran the ball, which is great. No arguments. Leading up to that, it would have been in my Madden playing saturated brain throughout my high school career. I would have called a timeout prior to that. We waited and ran another play instead of calling one of the 2 timeouts, left you with 14 seconds. Maybe you get an extra 1 or 2 plays out of that. Okay. It is what it is. You call a timeout. You have, whatever it is, 6 seconds left. They then call a timeout. Mm-hmm. You come back out in the same set.
I did not.
Everybody knew you were throwing.
Exactly. I mean, I'm still at a loss with that.
Everybody knew you were throwing. So, I get it. The announcers, McElroy, whatever his name is. McElroy.
This guy...
Why is he always touching his hands?
It's a nervous thing. Why do they have a former Alabama quarterback?
It's not fair. I feel bad when Dane Bradshaw's doing our basketball games. I feel bad for the other team. I'm like, this isn't fair. So, Greg, he should not be on there.
No, not at all. Although I was thankful when I turned on the Ole Miss game, Georgia game, and I'm like, oh, yes, Herbstreit, Reese Davis aren't going to be on our call. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's
fair. And then
it
starts up, and it's McElroy. And I was like, are you kidding me? What a joke.
Feels intentional at this point. But he makes the point the entire game. He's like, hey, Tennessee's offense is stretching the field. When you get in the red zone, you can't do that. Everything's confined. Well, I get that. But everybody in the world knew that we were not going to run the ball. And if you do run the ball, you better make sure you're scoring. I wish we would have ran the ball, obviously. Hindsight's 20/20. But spread it out. Call your best play, your short yardage gain, your money maker on 3rd down. That's the... some crossing routes, some curls, get Joey mobile, make them have to guard the quarterback too.
Yes.
It just was not a good. And when I saw the formation, I said, please don't do this. And then, you see the press box and the sidelines, and the coaches have their hands in their head on their hands, and it's like, yeah, this was – the guy never once thought you were going to run it.
No.
So.
The only other thing I'll say, I feel like we ranted a lot more Monday, but I guess time heals all wounds, right? We're healing, but maybe. I understand we're down in our secondary. Mm-hmm. We're down. Our 2 best players got it. But we have paid a lot of money for Boo Carter to get his head around. I've never played that position. Obviously, I can't do it. And I don't know all of the things that go into that. And I know as you get better, and he's still very young, you're going to start getting better on your technique. But it's just killer. He's not the only one either.
No.
He's got a lot of money.
I called the whole team out. You called one player out. So I feel like Mine
You
was
called
better.
Jonathan Josephs out, and he's not even a real player.
He's a real person.
Okay.
Somewhere.
All right. Anything else for the Alabama game before we move on?
No, I think, my hope here as a Tennessee fan, look, we're not going to win every game. But the hope here would be that you can take some of this and learn from it, whether it's the younger guys, the guys that are going to be here throughout the next season or two, but really the coaching, can we learn from this? Can we get better? You just want to see improvements. You want to see situational awareness. You want to see that we're fixing mistakes. I love Coach Heupel. I think if you could go back in time through the desert where we were wandering, I think if you told me and fast forward and said, you're going to be here in this amount of time, you're going to have all these accolades and these players hit these numbers and the win-loss record is going to be this and you're going to set program records, I'd say, sign me up. I'm ready for it. But whenever you do get those things, these losses feel worse because you know that they're there. And then you get more critical of play calling, of strategy. Hype's halftime thing was, we'll get them next time. And it's like, hey, come on, we got to get after guys a little bit here too. And I don't want to critique them because I don't know what I'm doing. But you just everybody wants to win. And then you start analyzing things that.
You want to feel confident that your coaches and players, or that your coaches are coaching to win. And some of the things that we are doing, like getting away from our running game, that was clearly working. What in the world? I don't get that. Obviously, going in the second or the first half. But here's the thing. When you say you hope that we just make improvements, learn from these mistakes, I don't know that the coaching staff is. I don't think that I have seen that. Over the course of this season, it feels like more of the same. That's why I said Monday that I just feel like Heupel hit his ceiling. And that this is as good as it's going to get. We're not going to get over the hump of just these kind of head-scratching, what's happening? Even clock management still. So, okay. Man, we spent a long time venting.
There's a lot to unpack on all of that. And I think the arms race is equal. We've got great talent. All of our competitors have great talent. And so it really does come down to strategy and execution. Your one missed, whatever it was, 39-yard field goal away from beating Georgia. But the takeaway there, like we talked about, is you keep your foot on the gas. We let off, and it came back and bit us. Alabama, it's like we just didn't execute top to bottom across the board. And so for me, I'm an amateur. I'm watching the game on the couch. I've seen 97% of Tennessee's plays this year. And whenever I watch us line up on third down, most of the time, and it's 3rd and 5 or less, I know we're going to run the ball, and I know where it's going to be. If I know that I know that these guys making millions of dollars to beat us know that too.
Right.
And so I'm waiting for something to change to where we audible out of something or do something different, but we haven't. And that's the concerning part, is like, can we, the good, the elite, they go and take it to the next level and they get better. I think what you're saying is this is it. We don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
So.
No, I don't have confidence that we know how to do that. Can we win out? If we play like we played against Georgia, maybe. Although there were some things there that were very questionable that we would want to fix. But even where we are now as a team, I don't think we're playing like we did then. So, this is getting long. We need to move on. But, what?
Time heals all wounds. So does throwing to 17. You talk about the run game. You talk about strategy. It's like, why are we not giving this man more targets?
Yeah, where's that gone the
Throw
past
to
couple
17.
games?
So, you want to win the rest of the season? Maybe just throw some balls his way. I don't know.
I don't see us winning out. I don't see us making the playoffs.
We'll drop another one.
Oklahoma has an extremely difficult schedule the rest of the year. Vandy's is fairly difficult. Ours, if we lose to Vandy, can I tell you the worst thing? Here's the worst thing. Okay, are you ready for this, Bobby?
No, actually.
We're good. We win all our games. We get to the end of the season, playoffs on the line. Vandy comes in, beats us at home. They go to the playoffs over us.
That is the worst case scenario.
That's Tennessee football, Bobby.
That is the worst.
I'm calling it right now.
And Tony V's on the
And
Vandy
Tony's
sidelines. He's coaching them up. That is the worst.
Okay. Sorry.
That,
I had to say that. I had to put it out there.
I don't want that to happen. Okay. In Tennessee's history, since 2022, the golden year, the year that it should have been.
Right. Michigan.
Boo you,
Idiots.
Michigan. Boo you, South Carolina's
Turf.
trash field.
Yep.
That year, since then, we have not lost a game at Neyland Stadium.
Right.
Minus Georgia. Georgia's the only one
Right.
that has beat us.
Right.
From there, Tennessee has played, I think it's like 17 games at opposing SEC schools since 2022 through this year. We've won a lot of them. The ones that are at night, we have won 6 out of the possible, I think it's 17 games. We're like 6 and 9, so that's 15 games at night. So again, SEC has a great schedule every year. We, being Tennessee, people love to see us crawling out of this desert place that we've been, so they want to see us get better, or they love to hate us. Mm-hmm. And then you have a huge fan base. So we naturally are going to get more of the night games.
Yep.
You go back to 2022, we get Death Valley at noon, we throttle them. Mm-hmm. That was a huge win for the program. If you played this LSU team today at 9 p.m., 8 p.m., I think we lose by 3 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah. Which hopefully is what they'll do to A&M on Saturday night. But
Anyways, our road loss record
you're-
is not great,
you're right.
especially at night, and there needs to be something. I get it. It's hard to win in the SEC at a hostile environment where the fans are juiced up, but you got to pull some of these out. We were lucky to win Mississippi State. So,
what
anyways.
a ridiculous statement, but you're not wrong. Okay, quickly, Kentucky game.
We got to
score
throttle them.
prediction.
We got to absolutely trash them.
We have to
We have
crush
to.
the Cats.
Yep.
Yes.
Crush the cat. They're bad. Let's just
They
say
are,
it.
but
They are
hey,
bad.
Took Texas to overtime.
They
What in the
did.
world?
Texas also
Texas also
is bad. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They played somebody else close that they shouldn't have been close with. We do everything better. We have far superior talent. We are playing on hallowed ground, Kroger Field.
All right. It is for the
Paper
beer
and plastic.
barrel, right?
Yes. They
But
need to bring it back.
It's a SEC away game at night.
We never play them great.
Okay. So
We are their Super Bowl. Everybody likes to say that, but
It's true. It is true.
they would love to kill us. So they'll be up and ready. Admittedly, I have no idea if they're do anything well, but they've got 2 wins on the season. So they've got those going for them. Probably schools like Bowling Green and Toledo. That's okay. Stoops clearly does not want to be there. They don't want him there. Can't afford it. So you come out and you do exactly what you just said. You run the ball, pound the ball, selective on your throws. Maybe just 2 drives. I would love to see 2 drives. We're just gunslinging, and the rest of the game we're just controlling the ball.
Yeah.
One thing Kentucky does do well is they clock management. They hold the ball, and they have a greater time of possession. So you got to force turnovers. You got to limit ours. You win the game.
Okay.
Score prediction, I think we win by 10.
Win by 10. So the score being 31-21.
Wow, specifics. Okay.
That's where I was going.
I'm going to say 27-17.
27-17. Okay.
Max, stretch that leg out.
I'll just go. I'll say 28-21. Tennessee.
28-21. Okay, close game.
I would love it if we're in the 50s.
That would be good.
Let's crush them.
That would be good. Which I would not be surprised to if we came out and just looked like an absolute machine and we beat them 51-28.
It would be nice.
But I'm not putting my paycheck on that. Unless, Joe, you want to give me another one.
All right. Well, this is the longest one yet.
Just
with
2
only
people.
2 people.
Just
so I
2 people.
I don't know what that means, Bobby. I don't think it's good, whatever it means.
Yeah, maybe we need to just record our hallway conversations instead. They'd be more entertaining for sure.
Definitely more entertaining. All right. That's it for Champions of Life podcast. Catch
Go
us
Vols!
next time.